months without being like, you know, court mandated to be there.
True.
Going food shopping and just going home. Isn't that every fat person's dream? To just go to the food store and just go home and sit on the couch and being told that you don't have to leave the house. Isn't that wonderful?
Everybody watching the show can hear you, so don't do your get bit now.
Oh, I am. I already started. We're just gonna roll with it. This is the beginning. It doesn't go any other way. It's now 8:06. People are still joining, so I'm just gonna keep talking and warm you up, and then all of a sudden, Claudia, I'm gonna be like, "Bam, Claudia Vida."
Claudia Bonavita.
So I'm just saying that we all definitely deserve a round of applause, a pat on the back, getting dusted by the fairies, Teresa. Teresa tried to encourage me to get dusted. I was like, why would you do that to me, girl? It's Eli. He's gonna go on soon too.
Get something.
I hear lots in the background noise.
Yeah, lots.
What's the matter? You want me to shut the AC off? I can tell you're cold.
Ooh, look at that butt.
Look at that ass. That's right. All muscle, baby. All muscle. All muscle.
Ow!
All muscle from holding all the fat up, you know? That's
You,
the
girl.
truth. That's the truth of it. You'll see fat people walking around with legs like horses. You know, like really strong and lean and sexy, and they got the biggest stomach. But that's the reason why. Just saying. Like Santa Claus, that's how he gets down the chimney. His legs are really small. Right?
Out of bay.
All right, shut up. All right. So, welcome everybody to the Comics on the Couch comedy show. Thank you guys for rolling over, logging on, and tuning in. We have a lot of comics here tonight. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of jokes. Before I bring on our first comic, everybody hears me all right? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Right? Oh. You shut my fan off. He shut my fan off, ladies. Okay.
Women need the fan.
Yes, we do.
I don't give a shit.
Oh my God.
Hey, calm down or I'll come over there.
No. Oh my God. Help.
You ain't gonna do nothing but punch that.
All right, so we're going to get started with a little story that I have to say. Actually, it's a public service announcement to all my friends out there. Please don't ask me if anything exciting has happened lately. Because my response is going to be, well, my cat rolled over while he was napping. I didn't know he could do that. Oh, and I found out that, hold on, yeah, here we go. I found out that Scott toilet paper actually has little claws on it, like very tiny, like bumps. And I was staring at the toilet paper the other day, and I noticed this, and the other side is smooth. Did anyone else ever notice that? That's what quarantine gives you. That's what quarantine makes you do. It makes you see the world in a whole better place, and all that smog and shit around your eyes are wide open. You're seeing everything. So yeah, when you ask me if anything exciting is happening, that's about it.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm your host of the show. My name's Kristen Tinsley. If I didn't say that, I'm going to be introducing everybody else, and I forgot to introduce myself. Ugh, low self-esteem. Maybe I should go back to Weight Watchers. So, but anyway, speaking of eyes, I've come to the conclusion that I need to get my eyes checked. Not because I'm turning 40 or that I'm a bus driver. My eyes be playing tricks on me. Let me tell you a little story. The other day, I came out of the food store. When I went to put the cart away, I saw a tiny bald head in the back of a closed up car. And I was like, hold up. Like, I'm a bus driver. I was ready to pop off thinking that somebody left a kid in the back of their car. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, here's my chance. Gonna call 911, gonna save the day, gonna beat the crap out of the parents when they come out of the supermarket. The headlines are gonna say, close to 40 unemployed bus driver saves baby from car. He would hoist her up around town, but we can't lift her fat ass up. So here's a gift card to McDonald's. Bravo, Kristen Tinsley. And then I thought, it dawned on me, I can't call 911 now. It's June and my tan is coming in with everything that's going on. So I decided I'm gonna call animal control and say there's a dog in the car, and then when they get there, they'll call the cops and I'll be long gone. Because you can't be messing around. Not today. So go over to the window, ready to strike with my elbow like this. Then it dawned on me why I need to get my eyes checked. The bald head in the back was a slouching down man social distancing in his car. So that's why I need to get my eyes checked. Anyway, you guys ready for your first comic?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? You guys want to pick your energy up a little bit? I mean, I know you're sitting on your couches.
Yeah.
It's not time to take a break from laughing. All right? Please bring on the beautiful, the talented, the very married Claudia Bonavita.
Hey, we got a great show tonight. Let me tell you, tonight I'm celebrating because I retired a week before the COVID shit hit the fan. True story. Yeah, most of my friends have their futures in a 401k, 403b. Me, I picked the safe option, stand-up comedy. The thing I'm going to miss the most about retiring from teaching is the access I had to my own private teen geek squad. Can you help me with my cell phone? How do I clear my browser history? I came home one day, I said to my husband, you're not going to believe this, but the school I was just in has a free table in the cafeteria. Gluten-free, sugar-free, peanut-free. He said to me, oh, that's wonderful, honey. Why don't you sit there? I said, what the hell are you talking about? I don't have any issues. He said, I bet the table's also sex-free. You know, I hate carrying a pocketbook. I get out of the car just fine. I got my keys, I got my wallet, I got my phone, my charger, my mask, my hand sanitizer, my friggin' gloves, right? I get halfway across the parking lot and I'm thinking to myself, if only they made something I could put all this shit in. So, Kristen said it. My last name is Bonavita. In Italian, it means good life. I'm married over 30 years.
Yeah.
And keep asking my husband when the hell it's going to start.
Yeah.
But I was so excited tonight because this is my first Zoom comedy show.
Yeah.
Excited? Yeah. I was getting ready tonight. I dropped my earring on the floor in the bedroom. I bend down to pick it up, crack my head on the corner of the dresser. I start screaming. My husband comes running. Now, I think he's going to look, right, to see if I'm bleeding. He starts going like this. Ow, what the hell are you doing? He said, I'm rubbing it. I said, honey, not everything feels good when you rub it. I got a new neighbor moved in next door, walks around naked all day. The shades are up, the lights are on. I can see everything. I know, I shouldn't look, right? But sometimes there's nothing on Netflix. My husband is forever saying to me, would you stop looking over there? The guy is 90. But I told him I can't help it. I'm fascinated watching this guy drag his balls across the living room. Mostly because my husband's an inch away from being him. My husband sucks when it comes to texting. I texted him the other day and I texted IDK. He texts back, what the hell is IDK? So I text back, I don't know. He said, if you don't know, how the hell do I know? You texted me. But then I think I'm being cute, silly. And I text him, you're my BFF. He texts back, why are you calling me a big fat fuck? That one he gets. really does stink, and he annoys the hell out of me with the texting. Because I got to tell you, I could send him 20 texts in a row. He only looks at the last one. Here's my concern. What if one day I'm at the bank? Whoop! A guy just walked in wearing a ski mask. Whoop! Oh my God, he has a gun. Whoop! Oh, honey, I just want you to know I love you with all my heart. Whoop! Here's my husband. Oh, I love you too. Toilet paper. Whoop! Oh, God. So I said to my husband the other day, I said, you know, you could use to lose a few pounds. He said, what the hell are you talking about? I'm in perfect proportion. I said, yeah, but the couch isn't. You know that chair I can sit in? There's a huge indentation. I watched last Christmas as my entire family slid into the crater. Matter of fact, it's the last time we saw Aunt Sophie. And men and women are so different. You tell a guy, nice shirt. He goes, thanks. I come home the other day, my husband goes, oh, I like your shoes. I go, oh my God, you do? $8. I got them online at Macy's. I had a coupon, and they were on clearance, and it was my birthday. Oh my God, I like them so much. I got them in black and brown and beige and green. He said, Claudia, relax. You had me at $8.
Yeah.
Later that night, he comes over, he goes, $8 for shoes. That was a pretty good deal. How do you think I look in pumps?
Yeah.
And he wants to be noticed for every little thing he does around the house. He's like, honey, did you notice I did the dishes? Honey, did you notice I vacuumed the living room? Honey, did you notice I did the laundry? What he doesn't notice is after 30 years, I went from doing everything to doing nothing. Yeah, nothing though. My house looks like a pigsty. But you know, my husband the other day lost his wallet. He ripped apart the house. He ripped apart the car. He's in the front lawn looking for it. I said, honey, did you check the couch cushions? He said, I did. It's not there. But I found Aunt Sophie. My 31-year-old son lives in Chicago. He visits now and then, but let me tell you, thank God he's out of the house. When he was a senior in high school, he was voted most likely not to succeed. And that was by the lunch ladies. He would stand in front of the counter. He'd be like, I'll take the sloppy no. I'll have the pizza bagel. No. Just milk. But you know, I'm proud to say that now he's a systems analysis engineer technician for ExxonMobil.
Wow.
Yeah, who am I kidding? He pumps gas.
Ah.
But you know, I wasn't the greatest parent. I used to tell my kids, if I ask you to go get something and I give you detailed directions on where to find it and you come back without it and I find it, I'm going to hit you over the head with it. So my son's visiting the other day and I said to him to get something out of the garage. And he said to me, oh no, I'm not falling for that. You can get your own sledgehammer. You know, all this no texting and driving is bullshit. The other day on the LIE, I ordered toilet paper on Amazon. Yeah, so my husband and I used to be empty nesters. Used to be. My 26-year-old daughter just moved back home just before quarantine. I'm driving in the car with her the other day, and we passed one of those seedy motels. Says to me, hey, Ma, you know you could go in there and pay by the hour just to go and have sex? Who would do that? So I told her, Parents with a 26-year-old daughter living in the house during quarantine. She said to me, since when are you and daddy like religious? I said, what are you talking about? She said, every time I come down from my room to get a snack, I hear, oh my God, oh Jesus. She's always home. Now, anytime my husband and I want to go have sex, we got to go in our room, crank up the volume on the TV really loud to drown out any sounds. Seems to always be on one of those cooking channels. So now every time my husband sees a meatloaf, I got to see his hard salami. My daughter is allergic to everything. She's allergic to tree nuts. She's lactose intolerant. The kid can't eat red meat. My husband and I are on that keto diet. So this Sunday, to make everybody happy, we're having toothpaste. Oh, I'll tell you. You know, I go out of my way, I really do, to make all these wonderful meals that accommodate everyone. My daughter, she orders food through an app. There are all these apps to get stuff into the house. Where's the app to get the kid out? Listen, I'm not saying I don't like apps, because I mean, you gotta love Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Into Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day, I'm sitting on my couch in my pajamas, buying a couch and pajamas. Gotta love quarantine.
Yeah.
Speaking of quarantine, I can't stand all this drive-by crap. Drive-by birthdays, drive-by graduations. I called my doctor the other day. Drive-by pap smear. Speaking of the gynecologist, do you ever wonder if they teach gynecologists to make small talk? I mean, here I am laying on my back, my legs are in the air, and there's the doctor. He says, so, I see you're wearing your hair different.
Yeah.
Hello.
And did you know that even if you have a hysterectomy, you get everything taken out, you still got to go to the gynecologist. You know, the small talk echoes. Nice. Weather. We're having. It's like a perverted Lou Gehrig speech.
Yeah.
Well, we got a great show for you tonight, a great lineup of comedians. I'm Claudia Bonavita. Good night, good life.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes, Claudia. Yes. That was great. I love that. That was funny stuff. I actually almost like shit my pants when you started talking about like, you better go and get what I told you to get. And if you don't get it, then I'm going to beat your ass. Like, I am a 90s kid, born in 1980. I know that threat very well. I still have scars. Actually, as a matter of fact, since I'm turning 40, I'm finally off of punishment for kicking the hole in the wall when I was like 6 years old. My mother reminded me, she goes, you still got one more birthday before you're not grounded anymore. Remember that time you kicked a hole in the wall? I told you were grounded until you were 40. I meant it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Having a great time. I have somebody coming up next that is so awesome. His name might be basic. It's basic. One of those names, like those three names, John, Mike, or Brian. Which one do you think it is? John? John Brecco, are you there?
I'm here.
John Brecco is a very talented and very funny comedy producer. And his beautiful, lovely girlfriend, who's also a comic, is here. Abby has been helping me control all this stuff. These two are really great, and I just absolutely adore them. Please give them a round of applause for your help. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Woo! Your next comic up is the hair himself. Mr. John Brecco, take the stage, my friends.
How we doing, guys? How we doing? That's a hell of an introduction. I love this guy so much. He's such a basic bitch. Way to be. I want to thank you guys for being here today. I know it's very hard for everybody to hit pause on their favorite show on Netflix. You guys did good, man. I appreciate you being here. But, you know, performing can be difficult right now, especially when the ice cream truck likes to come by for a lot of sets, likes to be my biggest heckler. Bitch. But we've all been going through a hard time with everything going on with coronavirus. A road trip has basically turned into going to the grocery store to get yourself some milk. And since it's 2020, you can probably get a participation award for just looking out the fucking window. A hug used to be a gesture of affection. In 2020, it would slowly become a death threat. I'm gonna say, if you really want to go out for Halloween, honestly, don't go out as like a monster, vampire, skeleton. Just go out as the free hugs guy.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to stay at home. I work at Amazon, and it's made me realize that, you know, there's a bigger problem for me than what's going around. And you're going to understand this if you're fat. For all my skinny people, this isn't for you. So just forewarn.
Not right here. Fat lives matter, right, Jay?
I was so worried he wasn't going to say anything. But the number one pandemic that's going around right now is chafing. Listen, it feels awful just coming back from work. You're just walking all bow-legged and shit like this, like you belong in a scene from March of the Penguins. Honestly, it's so bad that when I come home, my girlfriend sings Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi to me. Just like picture that when you're walking, just like I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. So no, I can't love Amazon, Claudia. I'm sorry. But yeah, no. A lot of good things though have been happening as well. My girlfriend and I moved in together, which made me very happy. And yeah, 2 people. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I love her very much. I'm always learning a lot of new things about her. Like the fact that I can't take that motherfucker to a pet store for shit. My God, she'll start crying at all 280.6 and a third cats that are there. First 2 will just be scratching on the windows like they're trying to say, pick me, pick me. The third one's just sitting there looking sad like it's trying to say hashtag me out too. And I recently also got accepted for fire school, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Everybody followed after Kristen. I saw that. But I started off wanting to do radio, met a bunch of comedians, decided I wanted to do comedy. Started doing comedy, decided I wanted to jump into a fire.
Good progression.
When I go, though, I'm going to have to shave my beard. I was very upset when I found that out because when I have it, I look my age. When I don't, I look like an 8-year-old about to dance to the John Cena theme song. And the thing is, when it grows out, people say a lot of interesting things about it. The only thing I don't like hearing is being told I look Amish. Not that it's not true. You just don't want to hear the same shit 1,000 times. You want to hear something different. Call me like a fat-ass Lord Farquaad from Shrek. If I put my hair like this, call me Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, just also fat. You guys can't tell, the munchies went where they were supposed to go. I got the body of Patrick Starr in this motherfucker. And I'm Italian, so I probably eat more lasagna than Garfield himself, all right? I think the best thing I ever heard, though, was being told that I look like Mufasa from The Lion King. I don't give a fuck about my comedy career, but thanks, Mom. Really gonna have to get in shape when I go, guys, too. I'm gonna have to get in shape. I'm so fat that when I see somebody with a widow's peak haircut, I think of the McDonald's symbol.
Yeah.
All right, how many of us are sports fans, really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yankees.
I'm not even going to baseball, buddy. You said the wrong sport. I'm honestly so fat that when I see Patrick Mahomes play football, I think of the Hawaiian Punch Kid. My girlfriend asked for advice on her set because, like Kristen said, she just started doing comedy. So I told her, like, just trim some of the fat out of your jokes, and I think they're going to be great. And she tells me, so basically, I got to trim you out of everything, right?
Oh, shit.
That's awful.
But, you know, I tell the fire school story because it works with my set, but I actually recently got a job with WBCB Radio, which is where I wanted to be. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm okay with my potential career as a fireman going up in smoke.
Oh.
And if you didn't like that joke, that's okay. Honestly, that's fine because I'm happy. So my comedy career is probably going up in flames too.
Burn, baby, burn.
I love it. All right, but I got to tell you guys a story really quick, all right? You good with that?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So there was once a guy selling apples, right? He was selling them for about $5. Another guy comes over. He says, why are your apples so expensive? So the guy tells him, because they taste like pussy. So guy takes a bite out of the apple, tries it, decides he doesn't like it. Oh, it tastes like shit. Because you got to turn that shit around, motherfucker. But here's another reason. Here's another problem, though, that I would have had if I went to fire school, and that's I have a irrational fear of heights. So what I decided I was going to do was I was going to treat it like period sex. Just don't look down.
Oh, gee.
Shit.
I don't know if, like, anybody, like, didn't want to laugh at that one. I didn't know what was going on there. All right, but you guys are having a good time, right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kristen Tinsley. Give it up for all the comics you're going to
Yeah,
see.
Kristen.
Thank you, John. That was great. Before I give the living room floor to the next comic, I got to thinking about John's joke about the arches, McDonald's. I used to work at McDonald's when I was 15. And what you guys don't know is I'm about to be real famous. Yep. McDonald's called me up during the quarantine. They said, oh, we see that you're unemployed. We have a proposition for you. And I'm like, I don't want my job back at McDonald's because that's probably not the safest place for somebody like me to be working. Even though I'm a vegetarian, it might trigger my old fat girl thoughts of eating fast food and totally take me on another level. And they said, no, you're good just the way you are, Miss Tinsley. We want you to help us out with some marketing and some education. Because people don't pay attention to the calorie count on the pictures at McDonald's. So we're going to use pictures instead. We want you to be our plus size model. So pretty soon, oh yes, pretty soon my face, because this is what'll happen if you eat certain meals, will be all over the menus on McDonald's. I'm going to be worldwide famous, right? Worldwide famous. Unbelievable. The other day, I got this device in the mail, and it's a fat scanner. And you wet it with water, and you put it on your body, and it tells you how much muscle and fat you have in certain parts of your body. So I did it, and basically it just said, you're fat. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing else for it to tell you, and just kind of shut off. I feel neglected. I spent $100 on that thing. I want to turn it back on because it just said you're fat and just shut off. But I'm trying to turn it on. So I had my friend come over, and he has like no body fat at all. And I figured, well, if I give it to him to try, it's like cheating because he's a Marine. So there's no fat on him at all whatsoever. But I did it anyway. And now I'm getting hit up constantly by my app saying, who's your personal trainer? Who's your personal trainer? 2% body fat in like 2 days. This thing thinks I'm like the best thing ever. Cheating the system. Like the government. Every day. Kristen Tinsley right here. All right, you guys ready for the next comic?
Yeah.
Is the funny motherfucker from Huntington Station, Eli Velasquez.
Hey. How's everybody doing?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dimples. Woohoo.
How you doing, Teresa? I know that's you. All right, let's get this shit started. My first online show during this whole Corona shit, so I got some things to say. I think, let me start with recent. I think out of the whole thing, the whole funniest shit I think I saw on TV was watching white women spray Black Lives Matter on a Starbucks. That's happening. That's happening. That's happening. And then you start hearing that Starbucks is saying that they don't want none of their employees supporting the Black Lives Matter and wearing all the Black Lives Matter stuff, and that they're actually bless you, and that they're actually going to provide. Oh, high as hell! I heard somebody go up. Sorry. They're going to provide Black Lives Matter pins, hats, and all that shit themselves. And I'm over here like, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but why don't we just start off with you guys not calling the cops on black people?
Oh, that's right.
I ain't forget. Y'all acting like y'all forgot. I ain't forget. You know what I'm saying? But with this whole Corona stuff, it got me judging people now, because I feel like if you ain't die from it, that you just a dirty motherfucker that didn't wash your hands. I mean, I don't know. They saying, it's this crazy stuff, and one of the simplest things is washing your hands. I don't know about you, but I've been doing this since before Corona. So I guess, I guess that's why I didn't get sick. Yeah. There's a couple people at my job that actually got the Corona that I was like within 6 feet, and I think the difference between me and them was I washed my hands. So I think they were right about one thing. You know what I'm saying? But get away from the Corona shit. So I'm gonna speak what the weed is telling me right now to say. Yeah. Talk about presidents. I ask, certain questions that are important to me. It's probably not as important to you guys when it comes to politics, but to me, my question is like, is there's like a first night fucking in the White House tradition when you win? Like, I want to know, like, what I mean? Like, is it the rite of passage to the Oval Office? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A couple more things that's oval too that they could, insert in the Bill of Rights, as they say. But I don't know. Is there a system that all the presidents get together and they, there's a system that dictates the winner? You know what I mean? I feel like somebody's got to be a winner. You know what I mean? Obviously, Bill Clinton got kicked out. He got head from outside services. But that's just my political question that's important to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it affects the whole voting, on you guys' portrayal, but that's how I think. I guess I'll go back to Corona, because what I'm saying, this is the other part of the weed that's hitting me too. The mask. It's a crazy situation. Everybody's debating. I don't fuck with it, but it is raising other questions though, and answering those questions at the same time that people are not really talking about. There's rising numbers in other cases. For example, like gingivitis, yeah, we all know that one person that got that hot breath, but they don't know about. I'm pretty sure that, the mask is helping them assess their life a little bit, because, it was invading my personal space. My oxygen, I'm thinking social distancing is also going to go hand in hand with this. So, somebody's on the right side in the CDC. You know what I'm saying? Because, now they realizing they got the ptosis. You know what I'm saying? The ptosis is bad. You don't want the ptosis. Yeah. It's like washing your hands, but with your teeth. It goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Your hands, you actually use your hands to, I don't know, unless you got your hands chopped off, you got to nub it. But, figure it out. Yeah, and got everybody looking like a bootleg Mortal Kombat character. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And then now they saying that you got to wear it at the beach. Like, are you fucking serious? We're at the beach. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like now, because I'm talking about it and the weed is kicking in, it makes me feel like, you know what would the Hoff do? You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was Baywatch, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? He'll be at the beach checking everybody like, excuse me, you two, come here, right here. Yeah, you got to take the mask off. You can hang at the beach or go home. And they're like, oh, no, we need the mask. Nuh-uh. You either take you Sub-Zero, let's go. Get out of here. Get off my beach. I think the Hoff wouldn't appreciate this right now. Social distancing is definitely helping me out personally. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like it when I'm trying to, show, like, I don't know, a picture of my cat on my phone to somebody and they just looking over your phone and, not giving you that personal space. Like, yo, relax, homie. You might see my dick pic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think because of social distancing, it makes me feel comfortable that I can swipe through those things and not worrying about anybody, oh my gosh, look how big, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, nah, but I think social distancing is good. You can watch porn in private.
Yeah.
How much time I got? Whatever. It's fucking digital.
We're waiting for the quotes, right?
It's digital time, baby.
Right, we're waiting for the quotes, right?
All right, you're killing my time. Time out. All right.
Oh, man.
Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Look. All right, yeah. Yeah, so I guess during this whole corona, I decided to go on Tinder to have fun with it. I was like, fuck it, why not? Everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I joined Tinder. I really don't like the height discrimination. Like, you got to be 6 foot and higher. Like, I'm 5'8", sweetie. Like, fuck you. Like, don't hate. I buy boots. That gives me an inch taller. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But I don't really fuck with Tinder no more. I jumped this other dating site that I think everybody should, jump on. It's very accessible to whatever, it is you like. It's called Pornhub. Yeah. I mean, come on. What do you think I send my dick pics to? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Either way. I guess I'm going to do one thing that I always do when I'm on the stage, and I guess I'm going to let you people have some fun into it too, because we need these things. And there's one thing I go is called quotes from actual people that we know.
Woo!
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And in this hard and desperate times of everything that's going on, I think we need some motivation. So these are definitely some motivational, maybe inspirational quotes. So, you know what I mean? You could take it, you know what I mean? I put it down, pick it up, not leave it right there. We cool. Have a good day. But the first one is, things can get a little shaky. You just got to learn to grab control. Michael J. Fox. All right, next quote is, certain things in life you just got to cut off and throw it in the past. Caitlyn Jenner. Laugh at that one like that. I love it. I know. Made me drop a tear. All right, next quote. When the deed is done, just jump on that horse and you ride into the sunset. O.J. Simpson. Think about it. Deed is done. Jump on the horse. Yeah, learn to laugh, people. It's comedy. Yeah. Next quote. Certain things in life, you just can't let it hold you back. Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, whatever. And last but not least is, certain things in life, you just got to be hands-on. Joe Biden.
Oh, no.
That's my time, people. That's
Yes. So, I can't think of any jokes that would go along with the thing that Eli said. It's
Oh, pardon me. Sorry to interrupt. My Instagram is PR comedian Eli, E-L-Y. Holla.
yeah. All right. So while we're doing that, if anyone would like to copy down the, let's see, can I get it? Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. You guys see that?
No.
No.
What was it?
Oh, hold on. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, that is all of our Instagrams. If you guys want to take, a look at who's coming up next and copy down all of the Instagrams, you can do that. I will show that to you guys later.
Cool.
Find out who it is because it's important to know who the cast of the movie is, right? Credits. All right, so you guys ready for some more laughs? Because I'm gonna I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Donna Moran. That's
Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome, darling.
Oh my God, it's so nice to see people. I'm so sick of being quarantined. I mean, the highlight of my month is my trip to Stop and Shop. I get so freaking excited. I got a Annie shield. Anyway, I've had very little. It's just been me and my pets. When I finally, everything's relaxing a little bit. So I invited a guy over for dinner. He came to the front door. He wiped his feet. I found myself saying to him, "He's a good boy. What a good boy." I mean, I made him beg for his dinner. And then he got on all fours. So I took out the collar and the leash. He got very excited. We went to bed, and he couldn't stop humping my leg. And then he's licking. He's, dogs lick. This guy is licking himself. Real bad date. Anyway, cats, I got cats, and I know that I've hit an all-time low because I'm doing less than they are. And the fact is, a cat will sleep an average of 16 hours a day. I mean, my cats are starting to criticize me. I can barely finish a jigsaw puzzle. They just finished an extension on my deck. Oh, my God. The only extension I'm working on is my waistline. Yeah. And then they hacked my Amazon account and ordered me a Peloton. And they're sitting there and they're disgusted by my behavior. They're like, "Look at you, you lazy cow. You do nothing. Can't take it anymore. Hey, don't forget to sign for that truckload of catnip in the driveway." And anyway, I love my animals. I have pets. I have cats. I got dogs. I love them. But now there's an organization. I don't know if you've heard of this. PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Well, guess what? They've come out now and they're telling us not to call our cats and dogs pets because it's degrading. We should call them animal companions. Animal companion. I don't know about you, but that's what I called each and every one of my ex-boyfriends. I think Fluffy deserves better. But anyway, you know what? I can hardly remember my last social event, but I do remember it because it was horrible. I went to a 5-year-old birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese.
God.
Chuck E. Cheese. Nothing says children's party quite like a chunk of cheddar and a 10-foot rat. I'm like Mickey Mouse on crack. Anyway, this kid got a Judge Barbie for her birthday. And I was like, wow, this is really impressive. The role models for little girls have really changed. You know what I got for my birthday? I got an I Dream a Genie doll. A slave to her master, half naked. That's what I wanted. Yep. A woman who lived in a bottle, just like me. Well, actually, my first role model was actually Bewitched, but I couldn't handle the cocaine. Anyway. Well, those days are way behind me now. I've been sober for 12 years.
Yeah.
Don't no, thank you. Don't clap. It's court ordered. I I mean, can you imagine, especially now, going the weekend without a freaking drink?
No.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And I go to meetings and I hear things like, let go, let God. I'm having a spiritual awakening. I'm like, what is this crap? It's just a nice way of saying I'm not going back to jail. Yeah. And everybody, for some reason, people in recovery are all on a journey. I'm on a journey. This is my spiritual journey. It's a journey. Come on. What kind of journey are you going on, lady? You're going to Costco after this in a Prius. Why don't you pick up 80 rolls of toilet paper because you're so full of shit? Yeah. And you know, this woman, she had on a hoodie and it said spiritual gangster across it. And I'm like, spiritual gangster? Isn't that an oxymoron? What are you going to do? A drive-by saging? You know? Leave the gun, take the quinoa. Anyway, I was raised strict Irish Catholic, so I married an Englishman to piss my family off. The wedding was a little bit of a disaster because when I threw my bouquet, his entire family dove for cover. It was awful. You know, the English and the Irish, we don't get along that well. And I used to fight with my ex-husband all the time. I'm not married anymore with him. But we used to fight like crazy. And it was always with him, always over my drinking, usually. And it would be the same thing every time. It'd be like, oh dear, here we go again. She's having another cocktail, I see. Oh, this is awful. Oh, it's a controversy. What? It's a right kerfuffle. Kerfuffle? What's kerfuffle? Alexa, what's kerfuffle mean? Even she didn't know. She knows. She fucking knows. She fucking knows what it is. Everybody, I guess I asked everybody's. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, but you know what? With an Englishman, sex was really, really pathetic. I mean, you know, the only thing about him that was stiff was his personality. And it was the same thing all the time, always. Oh, here we go. Oh dear. Oh, it feels so good. Oh my. Oh, I'm arriving. I'm like, arrive already. I got things to do. Let's go. Oh my God. You know what? I he was so boring. I couldn't get a rise out of him. Just to get him excited, I would put 2 lanterns behind the bedpost, run around the room naked, screaming, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" But I wasn't.
Oh,
I wasn't even arriving.
Oh, God.
And then, you know, the language is we speak the same language, but we have different meanings for different words. Like a fag is a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
One time after sex, we're having the best you could have with an Englishman. And he turns to me first off and says, "Well done, dear." Well done, dear? What did I just take my SATs? Oh, you son of a bitch. I forgot my next line. Kristen, you have the best laugh in the world. Oh my God. I love your laugh. Anyway.
I was nominated for most distinctive laugh in high school and I lost to some bitch named Christina Whisperer.
Oh, well, I'd have to say Teresa Farrell gives you a run for your money. But anyway, back to my sex joke, because now I forgot. So,
sex joke, keep going.
A fag is called a cigarette. So I hand him the cigarette, right? He turns to me and he goes, "Oh no, love, I don't smoke." I never saw a guy finish so fast. Anyway, I think I've gone over my time, so I'm going to turn it back to Kristen. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Anna! Woohoo!
Anna, you are always amazing.
Well done, dear. Well done.
All right.
Donna. I absolutely 100% love and adore you as a comic.
Oh, I love you too.
Tough. I mean, I saw all your videos that you did. Make sure you guys follow the comics on Instagram. That's how we build our fan base. If you know, if we are here, you're a fan. But Donna, all of those Cindy Lauper was freaking fire, girl. That was some good stuff. That was funny. I really appreciated that, Donna.
Thank you.
Great. All right, so we have a very special guest coming up next.
Woo!
To be one of my favorites. He is not only comically inclined, he's also musically inclined. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a very special treat. Mr. Keith Fitz, how you doing? Thank you.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
Big round of applause for Kristen Tinsley working her ass off for you.
Yeah.
Great.
By the way, Kristen, you mentioned before about you being the poster girl for McDonald's. So
Yes,
if I eat a Big Mac, I'm going to look as pretty as you?
Oh, God. Wow, look at that. Oh, thank you, Keith.
See, they say kissing ass in this business makes a lot of things. So it happens. So anyway, so, out of all you people out there, how many people here wish 2020 was a fucking blur?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
2021.
this year, mid-quarantine was my fucking birthday. And like every single year before, my parents busted my balls. Key, when are you going to cut your hair? I keep telling them never, because when I get to a certain age, this becomes the ultimate comb over. So this year I'm throwing my hat in for presidency. Anyway, I have things going wrong with my body now that I'm in my 50s, not like when I was in my 20s. Things like I have joints that are starting to predict the weather, which is kind of weird for weed, don't you think?
yeah.
Two people, great. I know who my pot smokers are on this show. All right. I get Charlie horses at some of the most inopportune times too, right? My wife comes out in a sexy negligee, and I'm getting a stiffy in my calf. I'm rubbing out my calf. My wife turns to me. She says, "Key, get over yourself. You're Irish. You're not that big." I have diabetes now. My doctor says I absolutely have to stay away from candy, which is weird because they've been telling me the same thing at the strip club for years. Fellas, one bit of advice. The strip club, our dollar store. So now I tell my wife I'm going out to the dollar store. It explains why I come home covered in glitter. I was in the arts and crafts section. So I'm starting to say things I never thought I would in my life. Things like I remember when. Things like I remember when sticking it to the man was not the slogan promoting gay marriage. I remember when that joke used to work. I remember when a GPS was the woman sitting next to you in the car. Stop and ask for directions, will you? Ask him. Ask him. Ask him. Recalculating.
Yeah.
I remember when standing in the bushes outside somebody's bedroom window was called hopelessly romantic. You use that big boombox over your head with some cheesy 80s music. Do you want my body and you think I'm sexy? Come on, baby, let me know. I remember when sexting was passing that note underneath the desk. Do you like me? Circle yes or no. I remember when the original gender reveal party was the Central Park Flasher. I remember when the dildo was the original selfie stick. I remember when it meant automotive when I said I just blew a tranny. I remember when the original iPad was Etch-a-Sketch and delete was. I felt bad for anyone with Parkinson's. Anyway, I also remember when kids with ADD were simply cured by saying, "Shut up!" I remember when going to the bathroom was not a Facebook status. I remember when every morning I would wake up and get morning wood. I'm so glad I got out of that prison.
Oh, shit.
And I remember when I used to be able to move into a new neighborhood without having to sign on to one of those online predator lists. What the hell did I know? I thought Little League was synonymous with nudist colony. But so anyway, I mentioned my wife. Thank you for not clapping. My wife, she's a great woman, but at night when she sleeps she curls up in the covers like some sort of cocoon. So in the morning, I'm expecting this beautiful butterfly, right? No. No. Instead, I get more through. Caw, caw, caw. I expect her to roll over and say, "Good morning, dear." Instead, I got, "Stop poking me with that thing." She wants to spice up our sex life in the bedroom. She thought it would be great. Now, she was tired of the current routine. I climb on top of her while she's still snoring. So she wanted to do something new. She decided we were going to bring in toys. Now, Elle was going great until one day I come home and found her in a threesome with my G.I. Joe and Transformer. So we decided we were going to try food. Now, me being a man of girth, I think this is the ultimate threesome. So the next time we got hot and heavy, I brought in a meatloaf. She looks me dead in the eye. She says, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? Stop having sex with that meatloaf. You're making into a sloppy Joe." All right, some of these jokes are just for me, people. So she wanted to try something new, something called a new act called the Flying Carucci. Now, let me explain this to you without being too disgustingly descriptive. If you're not aware of what this is, she's supposed to lay there ready for me, and I'm supposed to jump off some piece of furniture and land in the bullseye.
Oh, ow.
Yeah. I told her, that's stupid, and that's painful, and that's one bone I don't want to break. So I told her I refused to do it. So there I was standing on the dresser, wearing nothing but a cape and a wrestler's mask. She put on the mood music. Now I get a boner every time Barnum and Bailey comes to town. Folks, never try this with lube. I did. I jumped, I landed, and slid right off her into the headboard. I'll let that sink in. That's what I told her. 6 months she had to wear an eye patch. It was great. We role played. Yeah, it was great. For 6 months, she was Patchy the Pirate, and I was the pirate with the third wooden leg. So anyway, big announcement for the few of you who don't know me. My wife, she just had a baby.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. That is until hospital security caught up with her. Listen, we tried. We really did. I have a medical condition. It's called shooting blanks. So we decided we would adopt. Now, something funny happened during the adoption because my wife thought she could breastfeed. And the reason I found this totally weird is because of the fact that we adopted a goldfish.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. She thought it was hungry because it went. So I sprinkled some flakes on her tits. I don't know about the goldfish, but I ate well that night. All right, I am a musician. When I tell people this, they always, when I sing in a band, I tell people this. They always ask me, when did the Partridge Family reunite?
Oh,
I know I look like Danny Partridge after you ate the other children. Okay, I'll wait for the laugh on that one. I was in a death metal band for diabetics. We were called Death by Chocolate. And before I met my wife, I was out with my band one night. We were partying all night long. And it was great. I had this really good time. I met this girl. I went back to her place. I was getting me some. But the whole time she was insulting me. She was yelling out some other guy's name. Seriously, who names their kid Rape?
Oh, God.
Shit.
Most people get who's your daddy. I got who are you. So anyway, that's how I met my wife. So I got to do some music for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear it? Hopefully.
Woo, yeah.
Love it.
Okay. First song I like to play for you is a little song called the Premature Ejaculation Song. Goes something like this. Oh, thank you. My wife and I have been married for a long period of time, and she asked me to write her a love song. I did. I want to play it for you guys. I just need a light guy in here to dim the lighting so I can get the proper mood lighting. That's perfect. Thank you. All right. The song goes something like this. I'm at home completely wasted, out of work and down. There's my wife, she won't stop nagging, she won't shut her mouth. I don't know what she's saying, so blah, 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 blah. If she don't shut her trap, I'll stick an old sock in her mouth, cause she's breaking my balls, 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 breaking my balls. A lot of married people online, I see.
Oh, yeah.
And my wife, she won't stop crying, she won't shut her trap. Just cause I came from the dollar store and somehow caught the clap. I don't know what she's saying, I don't have a clue. If I did, I would be singing, banging prostitutes, cause she's breaking my balls, breaking my balls, breaking my balls, breaking my... All right, fuck it. That's it.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
One last one before I go.
Go ahead.
Quick one. I just started writing this one. It's not really ready yet to go out in public like I'm doing now, but screw it. I'm going to chew it. I'm just going to do the amount of the song that I know. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about it, okay? It's a little song I like called the Crazy Cat Lady song. Goes something like this. Show me your pussy, cat lady. That's all I got. What do you guys think?
Woo.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I'm Keith Fitz. I'm heading to the dollar store. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Key. That is always so great to see you. Like, the first time I saw Key, I thought he was a cop. I met him. Yeah, I met him at Coaster. He was sitting in the corner with his beautiful wife, Teresa. What's up, Teresa?
Hey, how are ya?
Hey. So, yeah, I thought he was a cop, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, who the hell is this cop in here? It got me thinking, like, what's going on now, you know? And I think it's a great idea to defund the police, because we can just give them all desk jobs and let them monitor the cameras like they have already installed to spy on us, right? We have the technology, face recognition, GPS, trackers, drones. We don't need cops on the street. What do you need it for? Spend all that money to purchase that shit before they change their policies. It's coming. You'll see. All those people that thought they got away with looting are going to get a red light type ticket in the mail in about 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
Ma'am, you were seen stealing a Hibachi 64-inch TV and a box of Twinkies from Walmart. Please pay $3.80 for the Twinkies by Juneteenth. Yes, yeah. I could get away with saying that, talking about Juneteenth, because I'm one of those mixed breeds, a hybrid race. I totally identify as a person, as a history lesson. Page 99, pay attention. When all the protests started, there was a war going on inside of me. My black girl side picked a fight with my white girl side because she asked if our protest outfit made us look too white. And then my black girl side picked a fight with my Native American girl side because she scalped the wrong bitch, and now we don't have any hair to wear. Yeah, but then my Irish girl side kicked in and got us all drunk on a few shot of whiskeys. So we ended up having sex with a Puerto Rican. 9 months, all these bitches better watch their ass. Yes, let's just laugh at that. I could laugh at that. I've never told a joke about being mixed race. That was the first one, and y'all heard that here tonight. So, okay. Let's keep this show going right along. I have one of my personal favorite comics coming up. He has some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard, And I really hope he tells the joke that I love the most tonight. But if he doesn't, it's totally okay. Please, everybody, welcome to the stage, Johnny McDonald. McDonald.
Hey.
Yeah.
One more time for Paula Abdul, everybody. One more time, Paula Abdul. Thank you for taking the time out to join us. No, real talk. Give it up for Kristen for putting this on. This is cool. I was very skeptical. This is my first show, so I'm extremely, skeptical of it. But this has been fun. You guys are laughing. You guys are having fun. So, thank you guys for, supporting comedy, even though we don't have the spaces. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. This is gonna be difficult. I never did this before. My kid's jumping around because he doesn't care. So,
At least he's not in the car.
Yeah, at least he's free and he's been like potty training, so most of the time he has his dick out. So that's what he does, man. But the quarantine, like I said, we can't do comedy and we can't be around each other anymore. I miss most of you guys, but I'll be honest, unemployment is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It is. I can't. Dude, we're getting money for sitting. That is mind blowing. We're getting money. If you're getting unemployment, just clap. If you are and you're having fun. Well, nobody's getting unemployment? Okay, just me. All right, one person getting unemployment is probably the best thing that's ever happened to you. You're not going to work. You're not punching in a clock. You're getting paid to watch Netflix and Pornhub. That's all you're doing. You got it. You got it good. So
living the dream.
Living the damn dream, man. I love this. I love this. My wife is doing a podcast, so we all know it's the end when everybody has a podcast. You're like, I love your podcast, but I'm too busy listening to somebody else's podcast and my other podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is very distracting, but I don't care. I got my iPad on 5%, so if I'm bombing, I know it cuts off. I have a permanent excuse. So my iPad is permanently on 3% right now. And so sorry for the distraction. He takes care of everything. He was making a vegan tiki marsala. That's what we're doing. Because I've told this joke before. My wife is vegan and I'm straight. So this is what we're doing. And he's in between. He's a half breed. He's half vegan and half, likes meat and stuff like that, man.
Oh my God.
But this is it. This is the traveling act. This is going to be it. This is the future of whatever the hell he's doing. So, give it up for if you've been marching or protesting peacefully. Thank you. I went to the march in Merrick. That was cool. It was actually peaceful. No shit went down. Seriously, I gave this lady had to I had a job delivering water, so that was cool. A lady was let me give out helping me. She left her post. If you've been to Merrick, there's this gazebo, if you know what I'm talking about, right under the LIRR.
Yeah.
So she said, "Hey, I got to go pick up my daughter. Can you watch? Can you watch my post and give out water if you can?" So I did that, but I'm like, how irresponsible are you to leave your daughter wherever you left her? You know what I'm saying? It was just weird. She left me in charge, but that was fun. So I felt like I did my part. I'm offended for white women that get called Karen. That's offensive, right? No, I'm serious, because I have a cousin named Karen and she's nice as hell. So yes. I mean, yeah. So Karen, that's that when you call, it's like a white lady calling Karen. I think that's very disrespectful. My cousin's great, by the way. She's awesome. She's also half vegan, half straight. So it's all right, boy, stop it before I chop you. Oh man, he's gonna keep us up. He's gonna keep us up. That's what he's gonna do. But he's a great kid, man. Anybody want a kid? Actually, there's an auction. He's not.
Give me the child.
I'm trying to get 50 cents on the dollar. He didn't like that. He walked away with his hands full. Now he's back. All right. So another thing about this unemployment thing with like my wife has got a little bit crazy. She's a teacher, so she's still getting paid.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not. So we go to Whole Foods now, which is expensive as hell. Like I can't afford Whole Foods. It's really not in our budget. So I'm like, in another 6 weeks, we're going to be living out of the car. So we're going to be the healthiest people living in a car. To the point where we might have to sell the car because we're so healthy, we could probably outrun a car. We might have to sell it part by part. We might have to sell the engine and then sell the transmission, and then we'll just live like the Flintstones and just, jog with our own feet. That's going to be great. It's good to see Eli. He was like shadow boxing in the background. What up, Eli? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Everything good, bro?
What happened?
No, I said everything good?
Oh, everything good in the hood, man.
Yeah, good seeing you, man. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope to see you, man. It's dope to see everybody, man. I miss you guys. I'm glad you guys okay. And I'm sorry about the kid being distracting. I brushed my teeth before I got on here because I have braces. I think I'm too old to have braces. I don't know if anybody out there ever had braces before, but it is. Being an adult with braces, it's not fun. It's a lot of responsibility. So I should have sacrificed my teenage years getting I wish I got braces then, because now, like, I just get like harassed. Like, if I go to a store and buy alcohol and and I do look, my age, or look, a little bit, black don't crack, but like I still have this I still have this problem. Like, people's like, all right, can I card you? I'm like, like, so the brace is like, it's like the fountain of youth, you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking old and you're all cracked up, just get some braces, I guess. And I guess. Yeah. The coronavirus, I mean, is a deadly thing. I hope, everybody be safe. Everybody, do the right thing, and, wear the mask, and do, take the precautions to keep you, alive if you want to live, because 2020 has sucked. But if you don't want to live, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Just do you. But, yeah, it's just been a wild time. It's been a wild time. Like, my aunt died. And my aunt was, she died. She was an older lady. She was one of those ladies that kept a dildo in one of those Tim Butter cookie boxes. You know, any old person that had, any old aunt, uncle, grandmother, grandfather you had, they kept everything in a tin box of butter cookies. Everything was in a tin box of butter cookies, but butter cookies. I went my whole life eating like a sewing kit, thinking these are butter cookies. I'm like, that's what I thought butter cookies were, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? So like, everybody kept something in. Like, my aunt, like I said, I remember like when she died, we had to go through all her shit. Just to after she died, and she had like everything stashed in like hundreds of jars of butter cookies, and like the one had a dildo in it. And it had a yellow sticky note that says, "Please return to your mother." And I was like, oh my goodness. Why would you do that? and it gave off a foul odor too. It was really bad. It was one of those odors. I can't even describe it. It was really fucking bad, man. And I started to cry because I remember I used to play with it as a kid. I thought it was a black lightsaber. And I swing it around like, wow, 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 wow. And my brother caught me. He's like, yo, what the hell are you doing? I was like, yo, I'm playing with this lightsaber. Wow, wow. He's like, dude, that's a dildo. And I'm like, well, what's a dildo? Wow, 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 wow. It's like, Auntie sticks that up her vagina. And I'm like,
oh, Lord.
what's a vagina? Wow, wow, wow. Then he showed me a picture of a Playboy, and I was like, I dropped it immediately. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know. It's crazy because when my aunt died, my brother was the first person to contact me. And he was like, yo, you know Aunt Dildo died, right? And I'm like, Aunt Dildo? What the hell? I like, that's her name. From now on, that's her name, Aunt Dildo. Oh, my God. All right, guys. I'm just going to leave you off with this. Guys, love each other. I know, like, it's a lot of tension out there, you know, racism and stuff, but I just want to know I love each and every one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
Love you,
you know,
too, John.
Love you, Johnny.
and you know, and we just we all just do better, love each other, you know what I'm saying, and you know, listen to, you know, if you have like, you know, a black close friend or whatever, just listen to them and let them, you know, if they got a vent, if they got some, just you know, just be there for us, because we're going through a tough time, and we're all going through a tough time with the corona. So I just want to let you know I love each and every one of y'all. I hope we'll be back doing comedy soon. And be safe, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. And happy Father's Day.
Thank
you. Will never see that. There's only one other comic. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Thank you.
There's only one other comic that I've ever seen do comedy with her child on stage, and that's Haley Boyle. And she's like, tonight, but we definitely need, I'm definitely gonna like a celebration of parents, and maybe I'll just have all parent comics come on with their children. That would be hilarious. I will produce that because that's what I do. What I do, I produce things. All right, so next comic coming up is a little bit of competition to see who could eat the most food at the buffet. It's kind of like one of those I'll meet you in the middle type relationships. Everybody get ready to laugh your asses off. For Fat Jay, Mr. Fat Lives Matter. Let's go. Where are you, Jay?
Woo! What up?
Jay! Hey!
I have a question before we start.
Oh, yeah, maybe you met him outside of Governor's. That's right. Yeah.
He's very, very famous.
Where's your shirt, man? Where's your shirt?
I didn't wear the shirt because Johnny McDonald's on the show tonight. And besides that, we're not doing that anymore. It's all about Black Lives Matter at this point.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to start any controversy.
Right,
But before we start, I have a question. How come Eli is working out with your vibrator, Tinsley? What the fuck?
That's not my vibrator.
Are you the new Aunt Dildo? I'm confused.
That is a Pilates ring and 2 5-pound weights.
Yeah, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, don't look it from here.
Those pelvic muscle strengthening rings? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, see, he's touching, yeah.
That's what they call it. That's also Big Mama's dildo. It is what it is.
I'm trying to change the shape of my hole. What do you want?
Excuse me, for all the 7 people that are on the show right now and tuned in, could you do me a favor? Text all your friends and family members, because in about 4 minutes, I'm going to strip down to look like Johnny's kid in a fucking diaper, okay? And we're going to ask for donations of at least $10 for that, not just 5. Now, I just want to point out that even during quarantine, people are still assholes. When you're fat, people are assholes. I was at a store, and there was a man handing out masks, and he goes, "Hey, big guy, I got the perfect mask for you." He gives it to me in a bag. I put it in the car. Next thing you know, I get home, and there's the fucking mask. It's got cheeseburgers on it. You fucking asshole. And then I realized it's reversible because there's fries on it, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. My aunt's been mad at me. We haven't spoken in 2 months. Because when the quarantine first happened, I said to her, you know, I've been watching Netflix, but now I'm kind of bored. She goes, oh, do what everyone else is doing. Why don't you go for a walk? I was like, why don't you go fuck yourself? How about that? She goes, it'll be good for you. I go, well, you always taught us, don't follow what everyone else is doing. If they were jumping off a building, would you do that? My sister and her wife drove all the way out to Staten Island to see me last week. They pull up. They're like, what's with all the rainbows on the doors and windows around here? I go, I guess they knew you were coming. They're lesbians. They're lesbians. You get it? My sister and her wife? Duh. All right, I guess that wasn't good. It's been crazy during quarantine. The other morning, I was out back in my backyard smoking a cigarette. All of a sudden, I hear sirens and horns honking. So I come out to the front to see what the fuck's going on and whose house is on fire. There's 3 fire engines and a trail of 82 cars. It was my neighbor's 2-year-old's birthday fucking parade. He's standing there shitting in his diapers, hysterical, crying because of all the noise. Fat Jay standing in the driveway in his tighty whities and blue fuzzy slippers. The neighbors fucking hate me, but that's okay. I hate them too. There's been some positives to the quarantine. Now when I go food shopping and I have 2 cartloads walking through the aisles, they're not looking at me like, look at this fat fuck about to feed a family of 40. They're just worried like, look at this fat fuck. Is he going the wrong way up the aisle or not? I've been smoking a lot of weed lately. That's all I can do because we can't drink. And I buy my weed from black guys because I'm not scared of them. But they always ask this weird question, yo, big man, is you police? Police? When's the last time you seen a 400-pound fucking police, bro? Come on, man. Now, I know there's one guy out there, like, I seen a 400-pound police. No, it's Carl Winslow from that TV show, Urkel. There's no 400-pound police. I went to the beach the other day, because that's where all you can go. And I was sitting there for about 4 minutes, having a good time. And all of a sudden, this little kid comes up to me. Excuse me, sir, can I go for a swim in your pool? I'm like, well, there's COVID. I don't think anyone can swim in a pool nowadays, kid. He goes, no, that one. I go, that's my belly button, you fucking asshole. It's been a week and a half, and every morning I get out of bed and sand falls out of my body, and I have no idea where it's coming from. But I heard the cleaning lady on my Nest camera the other day. She was on the phone with her papi or something. She's like, Papi, El Gordo making sandcastle in the bedroom, man. I'm like, this guy fucking thinks I'm making sandcastles. It's just falling out. Like, this is crazy. So I watched all Netflix and Pornhub like the rest of the fellas on here. I'm afraid to go out to the dollar store like he goes to because, you know, if I get this, I'm probably fucking dying. So I started watching workout videos. I just watch them. I don't do it. I just watch. And it's a lot different than sweating to the oldies that I'm used to with Richard Simmons with the little shorts and the leotard and everything. So I'm never watching those again. Now, before I go, I want to tell you guys that the quarantine, I dedicated it to those special spouses that always use that same stupid phrase. You know, babe, we never spend any quality time together. Well, how the hell do you like him now? I fucking hate him. The first 2 days, it was great. You had a bottle of wine. You watched The Tiger King. Things were good. You were having sex all over the house like it was when you first moved in. By day 3, you were up to 3 bottles of wine. Nowadays, it's 10:30 in the morning. You have your favorite lipstick on, Merlot maroon. When you go to the liquor store, the little Asian man is like, "Oh, Karen, you back again? You back again already?" Unemployment's not paying that much, so you're buying that Peter Vella box of wine, and you're drinking 4 of them a day. You're making him lunch. You're watching him work his low-life fucking loser job, and you just fucking can't stand him. And then he says that one thing you always hate. Do you have to call your mother again, hon? So now you hate him even more. Next thing you know, you're having a movie night, and he's sitting there texting all his friends stupid memes of the Tiger King and the big black guy with the big fucking penis. And all you want to do is hang yourself because you hate him. So you're like slurring at 6:30. I'm going to bed. Just sleep on the couch. You wake up in the morning. You're sitting on the toilet. You're fucking hungover because of the box wine, and it's so fucking cheap. And you're like, oh my God. And all of a sudden, he knocks on the door at 7:15 in the morning. And he says those words that you regret to hear the most. Oh, hon, don't worry about making lunch today. My mother's going to drive by and drop us off something. Now you're sitting there like, oh my God, how many of these rolls of toilet paper am I going to need to fucking hang myself from the shower curtain? God, just take me out of my misery, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fat Jay. Stay safe. I love everyone, love everybody, and be happy. That's what the world needs nowadays.
Yeah.
The original concept for the 6-minute ab workout video came from watching Fat Jay's comedy because he's really funny. Yeah, that was great. Give all the comics a round of applause.
Thanks, girl.
Welcome, brother. You know what? I'm going to do something tonight that we talked about. I'm going to do it just for you so you can criticize it, but this is definitely a new one. So everybody here, mostly everybody here knows that I had weight loss surgery. And I hear a repeat. I'm talking and then like I'm not talking. It's okay. All right. So so I had weight loss surgery, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna look so beautiful. You're gonna be so healthy, and you're gonna look so hot." Yeah, I feel hot, all right. Well, the Lycra that I have to wear on my body to keep all the skin tight. It's disgustingly hot there, and you always look good until you take your clothes off. And then you realize that your tits look like 2 sandbags jumping off of a cliff. That could be a little bit of a problem, right? So I go to see the plastic surgeon. And I say, listen, Doc, you got to do something about the stomach here because I'm not happy with it. It just keeps going down lower and lower and lower and lower. And eventually, I'm going to trip over it. I'm going to break my face. And if I break my face, I'm going to break your face. You got to do something about this. He said, I'm sorry, Miss Tinsley, you're going to have to put this paper thong on, and you're going to stand here so I can pick apart what I can do for you. He takes a look. I'm standing there, and I've never worn a thong in my life. Any fat girl in the house, I know there's some of you in here that know exactly what I'm talking about, because if you put a thong on, it looks like an ass crack in the front and in the back. Okay? So he's taking a look at me. He says, you know what, Miss Tinsley, it's really not that bad. The insurance is not going to cover this. So I'm like, Doc, can't you, like, you know, I don't know, like, show them this picture? Can't you, like, maybe, like, I don't know, tell them that, like, I can't identify as any sex because you can't see it? Like, can't you do something for me? Doc, please help me out. He says, you know what, Miss Tinsley, I like you. So I'm going to try a controversial experience. Experimentation, same fucking thing, right? Just mess that up. Whatever. I want you to go to Home Depot and get me a thing of blinds and cut the strings off, and I'm going to attach them in your armpits. And you can attach the bottom string to your stomach. So you can go like this, and you can pull your stomach up so that he can see what you're working with.
Oh, my
right.
God.
Okay, because that's not going to work, Doc. What if it gets, you know how blinds, you pull the blind sometimes, it gets stuck halfway like this? What if that happens? They said, well, you're just going to have to be careful and pull on it slowly. Okay, no problem. So I've just decided that instead of putting things like that inside my armpit, I'm just going to turn into one of those can girls and use the fat to wave around like this and dance around like it's a fucking show and hope he enjoys it, right? Nobody has to pay for anything. Anyway. All right, so yeah. That was for you, Fat Jay. It'll get much better when you can actually see me move around and do that. But that was for you, Fat Jay, because if it wasn't for Fat Jay, I probably wouldn't be doing the show. This was actually supposed to be my signature fat version show. But we're going to come back to that a little bit later. You're up to your final comic. The last comic of the night. Closes the show, closes the door. And she's about to grace us with her beautiful presence. Everybody, please welcome Cara Amore.
Woo! Oh my God, it was such a great night. Thank you so much for everybody coming. I had a great time. I haven't seen a baby in a diaper in quite a long time in a comedy show. That was awesome. Thank you, Don. He was very adorable. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I like Eli. Eli was a lot of fun. Is Eli still with us, or is he completely passed out from all the weed?
I'm right here. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, he really let the weed start talking. That was awesome. I love those days. Those were some good times. Those were some good times. So as Kristen said, my name is Cara Amore, and for those of you who don't know, Amore means love. And in our family, there was always a lot of love for alcohol. Because like other people would leave cookies and milk for Santa, we left beer and pretzels. For Thanksgiving, all we served was wild turkey. Every Arbor Day, my dad would drive a car into a tree. Well, now they'll have to plant a fucking tree. My mother had turned the glove compartment into a wet bar. That was like rush hour, happy hour. So it's not that big a surprise. I'm a recovering alcoholic, you know. And let me just tell you, I was a blackout drinker. I don't know if anybody else has ever actually witnessed or experienced blackouts. But let me just tell you what my last drunk was like. I have been sober since January 4th, 1991. That's actually years I've been sober. Thank you. Oh,
yeah.
But I went out New Year's Eve, 1990, and I woke up January 4th, 1991, next to somebody I didn't know. And I was like, who the fuck are you? He's like, who am I? He's like, we just spent the last 4 days together.
Oh,
like,
shit.
That good. Get the fuck out. Then I heard the toilet flush, and I'm like, who's that? He's like, you don't remember her either? I'm like, listen, you're both going to have to go. He's like, this is our place. I'm going to need a ride. He's like, listen, sweetie, you pissed on your pants 3 fucking days ago. I'm like, all right, well, I'm still going to need them because I'm going to need to walk home, you know? So I left, and walking out. You ever take that walk down that long alley? Most people call it like the walk of shame. I still smelled like piss, I had like stray cats following me. I was like the Pied Piper of pussy, basically. I got home, I went to rehab and I got clean, I quit alcohol, I quit drugs, and I had this really smart idea that during the pandemic, I would quit smoking. So I quit smoking and I used the nicotine patch. I don't know if any of you have ever used the nicotine patch, but it's got really fucking great side effects. One of them is dirty dreams. So now I'm having sex with everyone. My friends, my best friend, Mrs. McAllister, my son's lunch lady. I'm like, oh my God, Mrs. McAllister, I love that hairnet. And those tater tots. Making my nipples hard. They get me squishy in my girly parts. You should call that thing the snatch patch. Don't even get me started on the sloppy toes. Yeah, oh my God. So, let me just tell you, I was really depressed before I got here because my boyfriend just broke up with me. Can you believe that shit? Who fucking does that during a pandemic? I haven't been able to eat. I can't sleep. I'm dragging my ass around the house. My husband really wants to know what's wrong. I mean, I don't think he should be that upset if he finds out I have a boyfriend. I mean, he's the one who suggested date night. Decided to know we wanted us to date each other. Stop with those suggestions. So in addition to alcohol, I quit drugs, I quit smoking, you know, and now it's giving me really bad migraines. And so the doctor gives me migraine medication, you know, and all right, well, I'm going to take this fucking migraine medication. I try not to take anything unless it's prescribed, but it's prescribed. So I'm taking it, you know, and they didn't tell me that it would have these really weird side effects. One, it's making me really depressed, but it's also making me fucking super horny. Those are really weird side effects, right? So now I'm too sad and tired to screw. The other night, my husband and I were in bed, and I'm like, he's like, am I hurting you? I'm like, are you in? I don't know about you other married people, but I look at like fucking my husband like paying the mortgage once a month simply because I have to. The only problem is if I don't pay up by like halfway through the month, he wants to instill late fees like the mortgage companies, you know, but he calls it foreplay. I'm like, oh, foreplay. I'm like, can't you just point me towards the TV and fuck me from behind? We both win, right? I get to watch Home Shopping Network. He gets laid. It's a win-win situation for everybody. I'm like, oh my God, look. They have the new jewelry collection up. Oh, wow. Oh, look, Swarovski crystals. Don't you fucking check out till I do. Sometimes I get really nice jewelry. Sometimes he just comes on my face. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Oh my God. My girlfriends are always like, Kara, since this migraine medication, you really seem depressed. You need to find your happy place. Like, I know where my happy place is, right? It's in a box under my bed. My husband found it and he's like, oh my God, Kara, it looks like you don't even need me anymore. I'm like, I need you, sweetie. I need you to go to the store and get me batteries. Gotten so bad, I started to take the batteries out of my kids' toys. My son's like, my lightsaber doesn't work anymore, John boy. I'm like, that's too bad because mommy's works just fine. May the force be with you. Sometimes I just ride his vibrating toys around the house. We use his Tickle Me Elmo. I'm like, Tickle Me Elmo. My husband's like, why do you keep calling me Elmo? I'm like, I wish you'd fucking tickle me. Crazy. So my name's Kara Amore, which is kind of an exotic name, as I said. But people always ask me if it's my porno name. Like, no. My porno name is Agnes Moorehead. So if you guys are looking for any of my work, that's what you should Google. I actually made a porno once with my husband, and it was really hot until I watched it. I pop that DVD in, and I see my own ass on a 62-inch widescreen TV in high def.
Oh, God.
4K or fucking 3D or whatever the hell you fuckers are calling that now. At one point, I didn't even know what I was looking at anymore. I'm like, what the fuck is this? SeaWorld? Because it made everything look bigger. I didn't like that. My husband, on the other hand, loved it. He was calling the neighbors over. Like, check out my shit on this screen. Look how much bigger it is. I'm like, that's your fucking toe over there, asshole. That little speck over there, that's your penis. Because guys love their own anatomy, right? You guys love your own shit. You'll like prance around the room and ask us to look at it. You're like, oh my God, look how much fucking bigger you made it. We would never do that, right, ladies? We don't do that. We don't ask them to look at it. We always like, fucking figure out a way to eat it, but don't fucking look at it. We God tucked it all nice up there like a fortune cookie. That shit is for eating, not fucking looking. Sanity. Oh, so this is actually me without alcohol and drugs. Could you imagine if I fucking let the crack cocaine talk for me, Eli? Oh my God. How much trouble would I be in then, huh? So I'm actually Italian. I mean, really Italian. I grew up with an extra kitchen in my basement. Yeah. I think my mother put it there so she never have to feed her in-laws above ground. I grew up with a mean Italian grandmother who used to make backhanded compliments. Like, God, you look good, fat. But there's a skinny girl inside you screaming to get out. I'm like, I know, Grandma, but I can usually quiet the bitch with some cookies. I was a fat kid growing up, you know. I've always been fat. Up, down, you know. Then I married a guy who can eat whatever he wants, never gains a pound. Motherfucker eats a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every night in bed, and I wake up a pound heavier. Like, why can't you eat something that's going to help me lose weight, like broccoli or carrots or me? Imagine that. Imagine if every time they went down on us, we lost weight. It doesn't work that way. No. I'm like, because I'd be like, listen, I got a wedding this weekend and my dress doesn't fit. On your fucking knees. Imagine if it worked the other way, though. Imagine if every time we blew you, we lost weight. I'd be a fucking Hoover. I would be thin in the worst way. My husband's always suggesting ways that I can lose weight that are going to benefit us both. So he buys me those cardio striptease tapes and a pole. Do you know how much upper body strength it takes to get my fat ass up on a pole? Jay knows. He stripped for cash. Look at that fucking body on him. Oh my God. I would do it. I would strip for cash, but I'm thinking, how do those girls get good at that? They like open strip night? My luck, I'd get there and I'd get the one heckler and he'd be like, you fucking suck, Karen. I'm like, my name's Kara. Stop calling me that. Oh my God. So I'm going to leave you guys on some really good advice I just got from the Girl Scouts. I don't know if you know this, but they have a new ad campaign. And their tagline is, the girl comes first.
Yeah.
That's my kind of organization. I just want to know what you have to do to get a merit badge. All right, give all the comments you saw tonight a round of applause.
Yeah.
Give it back to your host, Kristen. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, oh my God. Now I'm actually curious, like, to know, like, you know what, the world just fucking sucks now because I can't imagine what my ass would look like on a TV like that. I mean, I don't know. But I love all you comics. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone that came to watch. If anyone wants to hang out and chat, the last fine and fine. But if you all want to leave, you can. I'm your host and fellow comic, Kristen Tinsley.
Eli Velasquez.
Yeah.
Johnny McDonald, Fat J, Keith Fitz, Jeff Bosey completely totally sucks.
What a pussy. What a freaking pussy.
Oh yeah, he got called into work. That's what happened.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he got called into work. More like, yeah, you haven't worked on your material months.
He got bitch slapped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Something probably happened. Maybe today was the day that his wife filed for divorce. Could have been the day, or maybe he lost his fedora when it blew off the trunk. When he was
Hey, is Jen at Coasters? Jen, are you at Coasters?
I don't think they're on.
I don't know. I see the mural. Behind her.
They were at Coasters. Yeah, she was there.
Okay, just checking.
She was there.
I know someone's hanging out at a bar with alcohol.
Are you done with alcohol, Teresa? We got trashed yesterday. We're gonna do it again next
week. Fuck.
Oh, we're gonna have to invite Fat J over. Fat J, guess what?
What?
You're coming to hang out with me and Teresa, and the three of us are gonna get drunk in her backyard.
Let me know when.
Okay.
I live 3 minutes from her.
I know.
3 minutes.
What was the song about?
We've been to each other's houses.
Breaking my balls.
Can I smoke weed in the backyard?
Yeah, I'll be singing that shit randomly. I'm gonna go to Target tomorrow just to sing that shit. Yeah.
No one's gonna understand what you're saying.
I'm gonna take my mask off. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna break my balls.
I'll teach you a few more songs.
That's what's up. I'm ready to listen. All right, everybody was awesome. I'm about to get out of here, but y'all were dope.
Get home safe.
Y'all future endeavors. I definitely will get home safe. You guys get home safe logging off.
Wow, thank you so much for coming.
Everybody,
Good night.
good job. I'll see you
later.
Bye. I'll leave you. That's what I was talking about.